Hello again, all you YouTube fans, and all you die-hard creepy doll man fans from around the world. I'm back with an all-new episode. It is August the 6th of 2018. Time is now 1:13 a.m. We go back into solving this mystery of the puzzle that is still not yet solved, and is curse, haunted, and possessed dolls. A lot of you may not remember me from the last episode in this Curse, Haunted, and Possessed Doll series. Well, the real creepy doll man is back to let you know, and I'm your host for this show. I'm the real creepy doll man. Now to let you know that we bring up a new topic and a new episode for this August episode. It is entitled Idols. What are idols? Where did they come from? And what are their origins? And is it pose a great threat or not to society today that idols exist in this far region across the globe in the U.S., from all the way from the U.S. across the other side of the globe from the other parts of the other nations? Well, we'll go back and refreshen your memory. Let's go back where idols originally came from. It came back from the early days of the pyramids of Egypt. Now, if you do not know what Egypt is, the Egyptians were actually very ordeal. The pharaohs of the land and the princes and their queens and the princesses actually rule. But on the authority, they had built their pyramids. But not just their pyramids, my friends. They also build what we call images to false gods made of metal, stone, and also wood. But don't forget, they also make them out of clay as well. That idols were made by the hands of man. By worshipping false images. They have worshipped a false ordeal to pretend that down the end they enslave man as well, meaning the Hebrews were actually once their slaves before a chosen one risen up against them, which is actually brings in this point and this mystery that fits and ties into it with Moses. Now Moses grew up to be a man that was led by God, and God has chosen him to be the rightful ordeal to lead his people from the Israelites to the promised land in Jerusalem. But down the road, he gave a specific order that is mentioned in the Bible, which the real creepy doll man doesn't have on hand right now. But he does have the 10 Commandments. There are 10 Commandments. But I'm only going to read you the first two. What were the most important things that God strict in order to actually Moses, to warn him to tell his people not to worship. And as I mentioned these two, these are the two that is actually to let you know, to let you be knowledge-wise what it means. That the 10 Commandments exist, and you can sometimes find them either in the Bible printed in Genesis, or you may find them sometimes on tablets or in little hang up ordeal like this for wall decorations. They're all the 10 Commandments. Now the first two were actually God's warning, what an idol is. Thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Thou shalt not make in thy graven image, which actually leads to the clue what idol or idols stand for. And that is the main clue of the mystery. But by punishment, after the 10 Commandments was created, Moses' anger towards his own people when they had made a golden calf and worshipped it and considered it to be their God, his anger grew as he threw the tablets at his people, and God's wrath opened up the earth and swallowed the people. It was not ordeal to saying the mysteries that the images or image of a person or animal, reptile, or even bird today is the image of what they make today. Idols still exist to this very day, throughout the day of the century, of this present day of this year, and this future time of 2018. And has existed beyond that before 2018 in the earlier past when idols were created by man and man's hands. But you got to know that idols come a long way from the land of Egypt. And also, I'll give you another clue in mystery. This is a part 2 episode that I failed to mention at the very beginning for the Real Creepy Doll Man. I'm letting you know that Idols is a 2-part miniseries beginning now that I have not finished yet, to let you know the clues about this. After the beginning, idols evolve over the years. They're no longer just marble or stone or in wood or metal. Today they are made out of a variety of stuff. Porcelain, plastic, or mainly ordeals. They still make metal to this very day in different types of images of what metal is. Whether it be gold, silver, or even platinum, you can find it in different varieties. Now, I will show you a few things that the Creepy Doll Man has that are an idol. But it's not just in birds, reptilian, or in fish, or in human. It is also differently say, idols come in as a different image what man paints it as. Or it can be in a logo like this in a rock band, which is called Godsmack. And I'll show you one of my shirts that I'm wearing that is an idol. And I decided to show this one off, if you can see it very clearly, that this is an idol shirt. You consider Kiss to be idols because Kiss is a rock band. They have many merchandise that supports an idol, what an idol is to be worshipped. Not alone that, I have also the Star Wars tie from the Phantom Menace. If you had not seen that, that's a very interesting one to see. But idols come in different variety. And say, rock on, Kiss. Now, I will show you other things what idols are. They can be in CDs with the name of the band or with the facial cover of what the image of the band's face would be. Another thing is DVDs, Blu-rays, and worship and play video games. Also, the main deal that record albums were a big hit back in the early day before they stopped making them, but today they still make them. But this is a very old record. This is one of the Real Creepy Doll Man's collector's ordeal that he got back in the late 70s. It's still old, but it still plays. And other things that idols come in are action figures like this Godzilla from 1991, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, and this JoJo doll, singing doll from Disney. And does it really work? Yes, it does. Listen very carefully. That was the JoJo singing doll. But idols comes in many other forms that the real creepy doll man does not show you. There are also actors, actresses, also models of supermodels, as well as singers from hip-hop, country, rock, and don't forget pop, and also R&B. Everything but that. But there are other such things as idol between merchandise. And the merchandise is a very long list from anywhere from wallets. Then you got pendants, rings, then magazines, comic books, trading cards, posters. That's just the name of a few. The real creepy doll man will not get into detail how many more items that idols are. And you also have American Idol. And also America's Got Talent, where there are idols to be worshipped. Is this a good thing for us to do? And did God warn us once? Well, why do we not listen to God's commands? Why do we worship idols? Watch for part 2 as I begin to tell you more. The next part will begin a mystery about cursed, haunted, possessed dolls, but also haunted dolls, where they appear at the same place at the same time in Egypt. So I'll give you a clue there when I return to do part 2 of idols.